my name's Katie Quinn. I'm the author of the book Cheese, Wine, and Bread. And I've worked in cheese shops. I've lived on a farm making goat's milk cheese every single day. And I'm really excited today to share with you that making cheese at home is actually completely doable. And it is especially fitting for really certain kinds of cheeses, including mozzarella. Some of the recipes you'll find for making mozzarella at home involve a microwave, but believe it or not everyone has a microwave. And also, when I visited my local cheese shop here in southern Italy and have seen them making their amazing mozzarella, a microwave is nowhere to be found. So what you will need to make mozzarella is a digital thermometer, as well as a long knife, a spatula, a ladle, something to scoop that lets liquid through, such as a slotted spoon, plastic heat-proof gloves, a large pot, a large bowl, and a colander that will go inside the large bowl. And you'll also need, for ingredients, 1 gallon of whole milk. That's 4.5 liters. You could also use 2% milk, skim milk, or goat's milk, a variety of milks, but I'm choosing to go the traditional route with whole milk. Really important though, you want to avoid milk that is ultra-pasteurized, so that UHT pasteurized. You don't want that because that milk has actually lost its ability to turn into curd.
It is, of course, hugely important to source quality milk, and in the Hudson Valley there are excellent farms to buy good local milk from directly, such as Chisholm, Churchtown Dairy, and Hudson Valley Fresh. I lived in New York for over a decade, and I just love how rich in resources the area is in terms of local purveyors. It's awesome.
You'll also need citric acid, 1.5 teaspoons of that. This will help with coagulation, separating the curds and the whey. And a 1/4 teaspoon of rennet, that's 1.2 milliliters. This is the enzyme that also aids with coagulation, really making sure that those proteins clump together, forming curds. And 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt. All right, let's get started. Add the citric acid to about a cup of cold water and mix that in really well. Then we'll add it to the pot. Then pretty much straight away, you want to add the cold milk. So what that citric acid was doing is bringing the milk up to the proper acidity for mozzarella making. So now let's turn on the flame and have your digital thermometer handy, because we're going to keep on checking the temperature until it reaches 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius. Still got a little bit to go. So while that is heating up, I'm going to get some water on this stove over here, because I'm going to heat up the water for the stretching of the curds. All right, and it is at 32, so let's go ahead and take it off the heat. Okay, now it's time to add the rennet, and then we're going to stir it for about 20 to 30 seconds. All right, now that is going to sit for 10 minutes undisturbed. So I'll set my timer.
Our 10 minutes is up.
Yeah, you can see how it's kind of coming away from the side more cleanly. All right, I think it's ready to cut into. You want a long, sharp knife for this, or something like an offset spatula will also do the trick. And we're gonna cut it into a grid. All right, now we're going to put it back on the flame, and we're gonna bring it up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. All right, great. It has reached temperature, and now I'm going to stir it for 2 minutes. And you wanna stir gently, like don't be too hyperactive about it. Curds are gentle things, so you want to treat them as such. Now we are going to scoop the curds from the whey, and to do that, we will need our handy slotted spoon situation, our colander, and the bowl to rest the colander in. Then just scoop away. Water that I have been heating up since the beginning, we want it to get to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 79 degrees Celsius. This is where protective gloves come in handy, because this is very hot water. Couple solid tablespoons, kind of overflowing spoonfuls of curd here. So I'm working this for a a good couple minutes here. Here I'm gonna add a little bit of salt because that goes far for flavor. Very important. Don't want to miss this step because you will taste the difference. And then here is our beautiful finished ball of mozzarella. So cheers to your chin chin. I would say we've got enough curd here to make another ball this size. Oh man, I am super excited to dig into these because they look really stinking good. First though, with the leftover whey, I suggest saving it for another use. I give all kinds of tips and suggestions for what to do with it in my book. It's excellent. Did I make that? Yes, I did. More cheesy recipes and adventures in my book, Cheese, Wine, and Bread. I hope that you'll pick up a copy. And in the meantime, have fun making mozzarella and arrivederci!